Right, if this is a cover, it's either going to be Teddy Swims or Sierra featuring Missy Elliott. And honestly, I'm down for either one of those. Hello wonderful humans of the internet, how are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I'm a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Over there. Now if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, there's special roles on my Discord server, and you have access to all sorts of bonus content like my Vocal Anatomy 101 series where we learn how the voice works. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. I am saying that faster and faster and faster every time. It's becoming out of control. Okay, we are going to do a little run of Dimash videos. Now, Dimash is going to be doing a few gigs in Europe. Namely, there's one in Prague that I'm very interested in, if you know what I'm saying. So I am going to go and just check out a whole bunch of videos of Dimash because I haven't actually seen that many. I've only really seen the ones that I've reacted to, which I think is like 13 of them, something like that. So we're going to go and watch this. I didn't realise that he has gone back to do I'm a Singer again, that Chinese singing show. So he's doing a duet with Shanti Mo, who I also have never heard of. Also, no, I have heard of Dimash, who I have not heard of. And they're going to be singing Lose Control. Now, it could be a cover. I'm not entirely sure. Usually they are on The Singer, or it could be one of their songs. So I'm going to go in blind, see what we think, and yeah, I'm excited. Let's go. Teddy Swims.
Something's got a hold of me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. It feels like the walls are all closing in, and the devil's knocking at my door.
Ooh, that was a really nice riff. Very, very quick. Oh, it's got this little kind of glottal shake to it. Ooh, Dimash. This feels like Teddy Swims' respectable brother. Teddy Swims is pretty known for having a very gruff, earthy kind of voice, and Dimash just kind of sits at the opposite end. He's very, very well trained, everything's clean, and you can kind of hear he's having to push against his natural instinct to be like super clean in order to make this kind of more modern sound. Also, the cadence of these lyrics are quite strange, fitting all these words in, so if English isn't your first language as well, then it's even more of a challenge, but I think he is meeting it very, very well. It's interesting listening to Dimash doing a modern pop song.
Out of my mind, how many times did I tell you I am no good at being alone?
So you can see him fumbling behind his jacket here. I'll tell you exactly what is going on. He is dealing with an in-ear mic situation. These little things here are your in-ear monitors, and he's got a pack on his belt which allows him to turn it up. Either he wants more of himself so that he can hear what he's doing better, or it's turned up too loud as it is and he's almost overfeeding his own sound to himself. This is almost making it discombobulated. I don't know if I can work out which is which, judging by what he does from now, but we'll see. But that's what's happening there. That he's not like got an itch or something. He is dealing with something to do with his in-ear monitors.
Yeah, taking on toll of me. Trying my best to keep from tearing the skin at my bones. Drunk to know I lose control when you're not next to me. I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control.
I really enjoy this. So he is starting to add in a little bit more kind of gruffness of texture. There's a kind of bitey sound. I feel like that's maybe coming from a little bit of false chord constriction. This is kind of the way that classical singers are trained with regards to like textured sounds. It's almost forbidden. You're almost to avoid it because they see everything that sounds gritty as being from a false chord constriction, which is actually very bad for your voice. But we can use our false chords in order to make texture in more healthy ways, namely by relaxing and going, it doesn't hurt when you do it that way. I feel like he's got like a little mix of the two because he's such a good singer and he's very well trained. The natural instinct is to avoid that sound, and then because he knows to avoid it, he could possibly put it on. I wouldn't suggest that that's his comfort zone, but it sounds really nice. Another way that he's getting texture is he's using fry onset. So fry is a toneless, a pitchless sound where your vocal folds just kind of vibrate or bubble when the airflow goes through. So but if he's going in order to start a phrase, you get that kind of rumbly kind of texture off of it. So he's kind of working his way to that Teddy Swim sound, but using his like Uber training. It's cool. I like it.
You're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me.
Okay, that was a gorgeous little run into his head voice. Got very soft and airy by the end of it. Possibly into falsetto territory. Now his voice is so strong that even his falsetto will probably sound like a head voice, but they are two different things. It's a difference in the way that the folds behave. Also, he has pulled out one of his in-ear monitors like this, so he's obviously wanting to get the ambient sound from the room while still having enough of himself isolated so he can kind of hear what he's doing properly. So if I was to guess, I would say that he has either it was too loud anyway and he turned it down, he's taken one out in order to balance that sound, or he's turned himself up so that he's louder in one ear so he can take one out to enjoy the ambient sound. So we're no further forward. Anyway, very good job, very enjoyable. He's made it his own and it sounds fantastic. So we're going to go and listen to, I'm assuming, Shanti Mo now. Let's see who you are and what you're about.
Problematic. Problem is I want your body like I feel like a bad habit. Bad habits hard to break when I'm with you. Yeah, I know I could do it on my own, but I need that real full moon black magic, but it takes two.
Oh, I like her. I know nothing about her, but I like her. This is bags and bags of attitude, of style, of tone. Everything feels like it's coming from a bit of like a lower larynx kind of place, and you got a little bit of grit. It just, it feels earthy. I really like her voice.
Problematic. Problem is when I'm with you, I'm an addict. And I need some relief. My skin in your teeth. Can't see the forest or the trees. Got me down on my knees begging, please, please, please.
Oh, that was a lovely little bit of arytenoid rattle. So arytenoid rattle is another way to make texture. Your arytenoids, for want of a better term, open and close your vocal folds. And if you go, ah, you get that kind of sound. It's a real kind of tickly sound to it. So when she's going, please, 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 like that, you get a really lovely kind of textured sound. Hers was in a completely different pitch. I'm just... just having a go. I love the duality of this performance. I feel like Dimash is very like straight-laced and poised and like statuesque, and she is just raw and passionate and wild. I love these two together.
When you're not next to me,
When you're not next to me,
I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see?
Oh, I like the harmonies as well. Really neat. They're very well in sync. I like the way that they're facing directly at each other, so they are like locked into one another. As a singer, when you're singing with another person and you lock eyes and you face one another, it gives a completely different energy. I don't know how to explain it. It's like camaraderie. I love her work with her riffs and her melismas. The little break onto that H sound in order to turn a little bit of emotion through the middle of the riff. Very, very impressive. She is standing kind of shoulder to shoulder with Dimash, and she is not looking outclassed. That is not an easy job because Dimash is world class. And so is Shanti Mo. I'm laying it down. Okay, they let a lot out there, didn't they? They're gonna sleep tonight. Now, I hope you pick this up in the way that it's intended, but one thing I really like about Shanti Mo's voice is that it sounds weathered. There is like an aged quality to it. It's like a fine wine. It really is in direct contrast to Dimash's voice, which has a very youthful vigor to it. It feels very fresh. Like he's very angelic sounding. The pairing here, I honestly didn't know what to think about it straight away, but I am loving it. The more it goes on, the more I'm like, this was actually a really inspired pairing. The power that Dimash is pushing out through his chest voice in some of these phrases is insane. He just is a force of nature. And so is she. Two forces of nature. Controversial. I'm not too fond of this riffing harmony. I would rather that they either unisoned it or one person did the riff. I don't know why. I just think because it moves so fast, it feels kind of like a bit wobbly. There's nothing like wrong with it. Just to my ear, it's not for me. They didn't do it for me, and that's okay. Let me know if you think the same. Are we on the same page?
When you're not next to me, you broken my heart, baby. You make a mess of me. I lose control.
That is how they should have done it every time. One just takes a soaring note over the top. The other does the cascading riff, then it follows. That was the way to do it. Yes. I wish I'd shut my mouth up to this point. That was the way to do it. Gorgeous stuff.
When you're not next to me, you broken my heart, baby. You make a mess of me. I lose
Yeah, I much prefer the one holding the note over the top of the other. Although it is getting tighter the more it goes on. So they're just locking in, they're enjoying it now. With two powerhouse singers going absolutely ham, sometimes it can feel like overkill and sometimes it can get messy. This is not that case. They still are respectful of one another's like space and one another's energies, and they're not encroaching on it. They enhance in certain areas, but you can just tell when two folk are like fighting for the limelight. It has a what's the word I'm looking for? A kind of a frantic energy. This does not have that. They're both like locked in with one another for like the long haul. Ooh! Oh, that ending was so funny. I loved it. I loved that. Yeah. Call me a fan of both of them. Shanti Mo and Dimash released an album. Right now, yesterday. Maybe they have, because I am clueless. But that was fantastic. Also reminded me that I need to go back and do some more Fosia reactions. I probably said that wrong. I said I would do the whole run of hers. Is Dimash doing the whole run? Somebody explain this to me, please. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you'll be the first to know. But we're going to go and listen to some more Dimash, so don't get too comfortable. Or do get comfortable, because you're going to be seeing more of it very soon. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? I don't know. I just don't know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me, and subscribe for more. I think that's the riff, but I could be wrong. Anyway, love you, bye.